It's MOTUesday. I thought I'd get around to opening some of these figures that I need and want to very much open. It's a weird combination, but in some ways it's not, because they have the same kind of slip-out card, quite easy to open. I think these will be very easy reviews. I don't know what the extent of these reviews will be. I'm very lucky to get this. This was an exclusive. King Grayskull was exclusive with Eternia playset. I did not order that. In Canada, that would have cost $1,000 roughly to get that. Added the shipping and the taxes and the importing fees and all of that stuff. It would have. Oh wait, there's no. Oh no, Mattel adds their own importing fees. Yeah, it's crazy. The Canadian dollar is horrible. Collecting Masters of the Universe is a horrible, horrendous thing. I think I'm going to focus on that in the next video I make. I'm going to open up some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and maybe talk about all of the bad things, because there's a lot of bad things. But what's not bad is Mattel's designs, and they're just Mattel's my favorite toy company. I mean, Fisher-Price is my favorite toy company, but Mattel owns them, so Masters of the Universe is my favorite toys to collect, and I love these figures, and I'm so happy to have this. One day, I think I gotta save up my money. I've got to find a place to live, and if that ever happens, then that's when I can get Eternia, and there's people storing them for me. I figure for the one-time fee of $1,000, I think I would pay $2,000 for that playset. Of course, I always wanted the original. This guy is really cool. I want every figure. I don't know, so I have friends that collect Masters of the Universe. They don't want to collect every figure, which I can't understand. It's not always possible to get every figure again. There have been things that came out that I could not afford. It just $500 for like I think for 5 figures there was one thing, and I don't know. One day maybe I'll get these things. We will see. But for the most part, I have everything I have every original figure. Some of them have been harder to hunt down. Oh yeah, and I am missing a couple from the last released. I'm missing Cyclone, and I'm missing, because they didn't send me mine. They sent it, but it got lost. And then they say, oh, too bad, here's your refund. You can't have the figures. You still have to pay for postage. And then what else? What is the other one? Oh, an Extendor. I think I just forgot to be on the computer that morning. And you have one chance, and if you don't have it planned, you don't have it in your calendar, you're screwed. So this is the card. I love these slip-out cards. I hope that they continue to do this. I wish every figure would have come on these, because then you could have these options to keep them out to play with, and then also put them back and put them on a wall on a display sometime in the future. Or yeah, you could just change your mind. And plus you could also keep these. These are so much neater than the ones that I have to take off the plastic. So then we have a clamshell, and then we've got 2 other head protector pieces apparently. This is much thicker plastic. And then we have, I really don't know how to store these things, but I have to keep them. And then we have the guy himself. So he's from the 2000X cartoon, so maybe I will show you my 2000X collection. Yeah, this video is going to be way longer than I think it is. Oh, and my friend did not even take him out of the package, which I am quite surprised. And this is probably worth a fortune. What I should probably do is sell this and make lots of money, but I really want it. So sometimes it's not worth it. So let's see what's going on here. This was from the 2000X cartoon, so they had already been adding diversity to the line. However, Masters of the Universe already did have diversity, but you know, like every modern property now, there is this thing where they do like to turn characters into females, turn other characters into different nationalities, skin tones, whatnot. I don't know if I disagree or don't agree with it. The fact that Masters of the Universe was already quite diverse, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that political topic. You can go over to my vlog channel where I really get into those things if you want to hear me say inappropriate stuff. And cool blue sword, love it. It's translucent. I'm going to always love any translucent accessory. He has he has a lot of paint apps and stuff on him. He is a lot more souped up than I like. I do like the ones that, well, first of all, he's got cloth goods, mixed media, lots of intricate details, smaller details, kind of a modern look. It's not the same. It isn't very Masters of the Universe. You know what? It's kind of Wave 6 kind of thing. It does look kind of like a Masters of the Universe movie figure. His joints are working really well. This is some of the best elbow clicking I have ever had. That's really cool. I don't know what's going on here. We have the fur cape. I do have to see how this is all made and put together and how this is attached to the harness. So he has got the He-Man harness on. Can we look at him though for a second? Nice fur collar, a nice tattered cape. Well, I thought it was supposed to be tattered, but it does look like there's some kind of royal symmetry to it. It is very cool. I do like that. I thought it was like shredded from the cartoon, but it's not. It is a definite pattern. Showing you without his head on. You can see, look how the shape of his braids are to make sure it fits over everything. It'll be interesting to see how that looks if he doesn't have all of the gear on. I really like the look of the matching fur with the matching shorts, and this part is all simple with the simple gold. This is all matching. It's funny, when the 2000X toys came out, originally I thought they were way too detailed, and what I did was when I played with them, displayed them, or just, held them in my hand and looked at them, I would take off all of their armor because there was too much. It was too much going on. And I kept it separate, and this is more like how I display those figures. Does his head not go? Does his head compensate for all of that padding? It does. So he took Zodak's neck, apparently. So Zodak has lack of neck, and he's got major neck going on here. Oh wow, that's not the best design, I have to say. Yeah, that looks weird. He has to be dressed up, or he's got some kind of crazy braid thing happening. Oh, his neck doesn't look that long there. Maybe he can do it. It is cool how he's got the hair clip in the HX symbol, the He-Man HX symbol. And I am really liking this neutral colored loincloth matching the fur here. We've got this. Let's compare him to some of the, we will get to Rokkon, I guess, eventually, to some of the other 2000X. Now, Snake Armor He-Man was one of my favorite 2000X figures, and it was because they kind of childed him down a little bit. It's like, I think a lot of people did complain about the changes, because He-Man really did change a lot when 2000X came out. So it was nice to see this more simplified, even though he's got a lot of detail on him and he looks totally different, but he was just badass knight He-Man. and it was a really cool design, and it is so funny how you can see that happen, especially in this. Oh yeah, that's part of what I want to talk about. The fan community is one of the worst parts of Masters of the Universe. This is translucent, but we're not talking about the negative things today. This is translucent, which makes me love it even more. But you can see it is the same He-Man symbol. Well, it's not really. I mean, it kind of is. But they really did. The Mike Young cartoon was really, really good. I really enjoyed watching it. I think I need to revisit it again and see how good it is. Are these Velcro or anything? Yeah. You can totally take this off, and it velcros on around the straps. I'm worried about remembering how it works. Okay, this is the top clasps down over the bottom part. So that's how I can remember. And then these velcro onto this. So I guess I have to try him without his cape. And that's really cool, translucent. Harness? Bra? What do you call this thing? Why does he need it? Oh, armor? Yeah, what actually does this do for He-Man? May I ask if anybody knows? He also has a sword holder. So that's something that's missing. Can he use it with his hair? Which, did that poke? I'm confused. I think that was covered up. Maybe it wasn't covered up. We're going to have to look at that again. I guess it wasn't covered up. But that's an awesome addition. And I don't think this armor has been used before. Is this He-Man's armor? Let me see. No, it is different armor. Yeah, it's completely different armor. But my guess is they want to use it again. Maybe. Check out his face. It's really cool. Wait. Was he from 2000? Was he from 2000X? Was I saying this wrong all along? Or is this just the version they made for the new Revelation cartoon? Oh, wait. Or was it... Wait, no. It was the baby cartoon. Wait, it's all mashing together. I can't remember. That is insane. King Grayskull. King Grayskull was invented with the 2000X, but it wasn't until... And in the 2000X, they did make Zodak a darker skin complexion, but... This was brought to this new King Grayskull. They changed his color in the... It had to be the Revelation cartoon. Yeah, it couldn't have been the baby cartoon, because the baby cartoon, they were riding around on dinosaurs and stuff, though. That's why I'm thinking it's such a baby cartoon. But I think I'm remembering it now too. No wonder my friend didn't want this. It's such a what do you call that? Far off cut. There's a name for that. Wild cut, dark cut, some kind of cut, deep cut. I think that's the term I'm looking for. All right, so let's check this out. Oh yeah, that's right. I do have King Grayskulls. Wait, is this even King Grayskull? Am I even calling his name properly? Yeah, King Grayskull. I still have 2000X King Grayskulls. I think I do. That I have to sell. I don't think the 2000X stuff is worth anything. I don't think that the Four Horsemen figures are worth anything from when they were making Super 7 Four Horsemen figures is what I'm trying to say. I don't think those are worth anything. Oh yeah, so it is covered up. The sword sheath. No wonder I didn't notice that. So they are going to use this harness. They couldn't have used this harness because I don't have any other figures with it. I can't believe I still haven't gotten to Rokkon. I was going to save Rokkon to open when we got Stonedar and open them together. But we're opening them today. We'll review them again. Of course they're going to be reviewed together too. This is made very well. It's made nicer than any other cape. Look, I think this is even sewn on, by the way, just FYI. Okay, so it's kind of coming back to me. I don't really watch a lot of cartoons. I don't think I finished any of the series. I know I finished the Mike Young series. I didn't watch the original cartoon. Like, I watched all of the first season that was available in Canada, and I did watch most of that, the first season, and I didn't really like it. Orko was a joke. I liked the movie originally when I was a kid. I thought the movie was great. I thought it was different, yes, but I thought that was cool. Most people didn't like it. They like it now. The movie is liked now. He is an awesome figure. More detail than I normally like. It's not really true. It's his. I don't know. There's something modern about his chest armor that throws me off. And his face is really detailed. It's not a very cartoony face. It's a more realistic face, even though it looks just like the cartoon, ironically. So it is a very cartoon face, but that cartoon is more anime than like old traditional style cartoon. I mean, and not old anime, new anime, like vampire anime, like creators of vampire anime. That's who, I don't know the names of these things because I haven't watched them or anything, but yeah. It comes from vampire animation. Not that it's bad. It's just not as good as classic 80s Japanimation. That's what we called it. Anyway, he's cool. I do love him. I love that I have him. He is going in the 2000X box, but since I talked about him so long, I don't know. I need your help. This guy, this armor, I don't know what box to put him in. I'm thinking I'm just going to put him in with the regular Masters of the Universe, but the different boxes, how I sort these figures, because I can't stick them all in one box, and I want to keep them separated and safe by dividing them up some ways, and I do like to keep the factions together. So what I do is I keep the good guys in one box, I keep the bad guys in another box, I keep the 2000X in one box, I keep the variants in another box, which is a weird one. I guess he could kind of go in the variants because he is a Man-at-Arms variant. But my thing is the chest armor. Now I think that the chest armor came from Ladybird books. I think that is the only time that existed with the falcon on it. I guess it's a falcon. I think every time that there's a bird is Zor, an eagle, falcon. Are they different? I don't even know. I better find out about my birds. I need to look. I need to do some research. Anyway, bird chest armor was brought back with the Masters of the Universe Classics when they made the guard. So for some reason they did it again, and I think the Ladybird book was the only time it happened. And you please correct me if I'm wrong. Did Mike Young? Does this guy get stored in the 2000X? Did Mike Young use the eagle on the chest? Did anybody else use the eagle on the chest besides the Ladybird book and the 2000 and the Mattel Creations Palace Guard? I think so. What category do I put him in? I could put him in the. I also have a separate section for comic book art and package art, comic and package art variants. That's another box that I have, and I have done videos on all of these things. Anyway, I don't know where to put him. He was in. This is probably the best place for him. I was looking for his shield, or I forget what I was looking for. I was looking for something. He's in this miscellaneous box. First of all, I have 2 extra fakers that I found at a thrift store that were brand new, and I had to buy them even though they don't have. So those are just cool. They were like $1 each or something, and they're in perfect condition. But all of the German crazy things that were from storybooks. Yeah, I think these originated with storybooks. I think I did choose the right box. This is the storybook box. The box that these things that don't even exist. Even though he's a palace guard, maybe he should go into my regular collection. And then I also have all of the girls who have the bad knees. So I have good knee versions of all of these, but these are the original knees, which I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's so cool that Mattel actually does listen. They used to not listen at all to the fan community, and they're really good about that. So that's one of the positive things about Mattel Creations. There's lots of very negative things about Mattel Creations, but they actually do listen. I mean, that whole thing is happening right now. You can kind of think that the fans are kind of spoiled, though, because they complain and then they change. It's happening now with the snake layer. Is that what they're calling it? I guess that's what they're calling it. Ooh. Let's move on. I do like how this card fits so nicely into the top of my box there. Let's open up this old figure now. Again, the card just slides out. Hey, there's no comic. There was no comic. Maybe my friend kept the comic. What a jerk. Okay, I guess I gotta clean these up. I don't know if to stick the cards with my cards or keep the cards with these. Keep the cardboard boxes. I definitely keep the cardboard boxes. Did I show you that they gave King Grayskull a craft box with the art on it? And I do love when they do these, but they've stopped making these. So this would be one of the very last ones that we are getting with the line drawings. And back to this cartoon anime thing, this art compared to the digital coloring, this is more my jam. This is like so old school. It looks, I don't know if they drew it on a computer, but it still looks like they drew it with a pencil, and it looks amazing. And this is more simple, dark, cool than after you add the digital coloring, but still great art. I love these boxes. Unfortunately, these are the boxes we get now. I actually really like this design, though, to be honest. So, I do have to keep all these boxes. I don't know how logistics. I love this box. It's got my favorite toy company's name on it, and it's got all these cool designs. So I do like these. Even though, how's that for liking modern stuff? Alright, here's this card. Again, I love these cards. This one doesn't open. Sometimes they open and there's like a comic inside or something. But it is just basic. We're seeing Rokkon and Stonedar coming down. This looks like a classic poster from one of the magazines, originally from the 80s, that I had. It is a recreation of that, if I'm not mistaken. And I loved it. And a funny thing about these figures, about Rokkon and Stonedar, is that I remember buying them. Like most of these, most of my collection as a kid, I bought myself. I had a paper route, and which is why I didn't get a turn in. Also, I think I was too old for toys at that time, and then now I'm not too old for toys. But I bought these, and I bought Rokkon and Stonedar, and I was kind of excited to get them. But then I opened them, I took them out of their package, And I went to work with my father in the city, and while he was working, I went to the store, which it's crazy that kids were allowed to go off by themselves then. Anyway, I did, and I bought them. I brought them home. I opened them, or I didn't bring them home. I brought them to the office. I opened them, and I said, you know what? I don't like these. I didn't, yeah, I didn't like them. I thought that they were junky, and they weren't like real figures. And I'm kind of getting that. I have later thrifted them, I believe, is where I got them, or I got them from eBay or something. I don't know how to move the joints. I don't know how to transform him. One of the elbows isn't bending, but I also see that maybe that's a good thing because it's already jointed. But just like the original figures, they closed up exactly like this, which is funny. It's funny. Also funny, as you can see, his bum. You can't really hide the orange of his bum. It doesn't really take much. He just bends over and has this void right here. Yeah, it doesn't take much to do that. I don't know how well he works. I don't know how much his pieces come apart. Oh yeah, he does come apart just like the regular figures, which I didn't show you on King Grayskull, but you know how that works. Do his wrists come off? Does he have one of those schematic drawings? I better take a look inside. Let's look at his comic. So he's got a unique comic just for himself. Maybe we'll get this female figure. They don't have the schematic drawing with this, so I don't like that. It doesn't tell you if you can or cannot open it. This is a single language comic, so all of the words are here. We have Rokkon and Stonedar and whatever her name is. She was written to the comic books, I think. Oh, maybe she was in the cartoon. I know that there was some kind of female character. Oh, look. We're getting that. Wait, are we getting that? We're totally getting a Crystal Castle. I'm excited about that. I can feel it. It's going to be a big year, 2025. 2025. Wow, that sounded funny to say that. For She-Ra, there's going to be a lot of She-Ra. I'm pretty sure we're getting Crystal Castle. Alright, so yeah, do the wrists come out? Am I going to try? No. So I do have these figures, and like I said, because I thrifted the original ones, I don't have these laser guns, but the laser gun does look exactly like the original, and it was kind of cool that you did stick it in its chest. Oh, and maybe that was supposed to fill in the void. You kind of just squeeze them and bend them. He's like, the joints aren't really clicking, but maybe they should have made this as big. Maybe the original wasn't, but I guess they could have made the front shield. They could have given him a shield. They could have designed a shield that fit perfectly on here. Maybe his foot pegs covered, so then you could have a total sphere. Anyway, just like the original figure, it is giving me the total same vibes. It's not. I'm unsatisfied with this transformation. It does look pretty good, and it does look pretty cool standing on the shelf. The original ones definitely fold together a lot more, but it does look kind of volcanic, maybe with air holes in it. And then when he opens, and he's all silver on the back, and he can hold the gun and shoot it from his chest, which is actually kind of cool. I kind of like that. It does seem outer space, out of this world kind of thing to do. Oh, the handle's weird. It's on an angle, so you kind of shoot. I guess you kind of have to shoot it in a different way, and maybe you can stick this in his chest in a different formation, and I might as well try to stick it in his hand. He's got two clasping hands, no extra hands. Oh, I see why they have it on an angle, because he can't, I guess his right hand Yeah, I can't get it. Oh, maybe if you gotta move things around, twist his wrist, twist his armor, get it going. Oh, then you can maneuver it to get into his hand. Just gotta do some twisting. I can't really figure out the articulation because I don't want to break things. But it is the same stuff. Do the plates come off? They could have made the plates detachable too. We got the same things going on. He is a little thinner. He's got thinner legs. Oh yeah. Joints are really tight. You gotta be cautious though. Sometimes they'll break. I don't know if I broke some Masters of the WWE. I broke Andre the Giant. His joint broke right off. His hip joint, I think it was. Yeah, it's not even one of the joints that are supposed to move. Anyway, that's his face. This was supposed to be my positive video. No, it wasn't necessarily positive. Just a review. I do like them. This orange and blue combination is awesome. Orange and blue complementary colors. They're really popping off of each other. The silver is nice. It's a little bit of washed. It reminds me of Castle Grayskull. That's really cool. Of the the spray paint scheme where you see a little around the edges. You can see the blue. That is kind of cool. And it does make the spaces make more sense because there's this gradient. Inside we've got some space. He really does look spacey. And I think his knees have always been. I think I've got two left. It looks like his knee, this part is on the wrong way. But it might just be cut for the shaping. I mean, it's not like they haven't swapped shoulders before and made those mistakes. People have had to fix them. It is, I'm having a hard time posing him. I guess you do have to do some twisting. I think you have to twist these in to get his legs to be in the right direction. Now that's looking better now. All right. Yeah, there's sometimes there's too much articulation. Even though I do love the Abona, I love these I love Origins more than my originals now even. But yeah, sometimes it's just to get them posed in a normal pose is like a whole feat. All right, he does come apart. Let's take advantage of that. You know what? Faker's probably a good choice. Two robots. He's kind of androids. Oh, you know what? It doesn't fit. What is up with that? I mean, it matches really well, the orange and the blue. Who knew? Can I give him normal legs? Yeah, the hole isn't the same. What? Why would they do that? Does he have a female body? Good thing I have my females here. Let's take my favorite Origins figure, this comic book goddess. Alright. Is that the same? I think it is. Even the female one's a bit big. I mean, I did mention that they were smaller. Yeah, it does seem to be a female peg. And then there, look at his legs. He does have very womanly legs. I said that they were thin. I was thinking more Modulok, but she looks all stocky. So then there's your jam. I bet you, I don't know, did any other reviews of him do this? Alright, so you got to see something that you didn't normally see. I touched on, it doesn't really fit, by the way. it fits better than I just briefly touched on how good shooting from your chest is. I think that that's really cool. Wait, shooting from your chest that's another expression? That looks really cool. Okay, I'm having fun with this figure. I really like his face. I like the color scheme. I like him. I like that he's spacey and cool. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have nothing else to say. I've got lots more Masters of the Universe stuff to open, though. Some turtles came in, so we have to deal with that. Casey Jones, I'm so excited about that figure. That is one of my favorite figures. And the Skeletor from that wave, not one of my favorites. Anyway, thank you again for joining me. I'll see you again next Monday or Tuesday. Mutu Monday or MOTUesday. It could be both days. Sometimes it is. Until then.